This rather dirty and salty truck is the Ford F-150 Raptor R. What exactly is the Raptor R? Well, a couple years ago, Ford Performance probably got tired of people going like, well, the Ram TRX has a supercharged V8 and your F-150 Raptor now has a puny EcoBoost V6. So they said, shut up. We're putting a supercharged V8 in the Raptor again, and the R was born, and not any ordinary supercharged V8. This one is derived from the Predator 5.2-liter supercharged V8 found in the GT500. It is extensively modified for duty in a truck, but 5.2 liters of supercharged American V8 Fury means 720 horsepower, 640 pound-feet of torque. Now, the power is down compared to the GT500, but there's more torque, again, for truck usage here, and this revised, updated version actually has more power, 20 more horsepower than when it first came out. When it first came out, it was kind of interesting. Like, they did 700 horsepower, but the TRX is 702. And you'd think in, like, the whole big car company ego, like, fighting of numbers, they would do 703 just to be like, haha, TRX, we beat you. But doesn't matter because this thing is like 400 pounds lighter than a TRX, and it's still around because the TRX has gone bye-bye. So the most Raptor of Raptors, the big boy R treatment. It's pretty hysterically fun. I have spent time on one of these when it first came out, but this one has been updated. You see some slight tweaks to the styling. They did a couple things. Suspension, the Fox Live Valve shocks now have adjustable both rebound and compression, and it's still got massive 37-inch tires. We've got the wide body treatment, the signature aggressive look, and of course, a supercharged V8 under the hood. TRX is going to come back. I'm almost absolutely certain of that because Ram is backtracking, putting Hemis back and everything too. So we'll have some more competition again, but as of right now, this second, this is the current king of badass trucks. Well, we're not in Arizona anymore. Back to Michigan and the snow and the Raptor R. Lovely, lovely weather. Woohoo! Living in a winter wonderland. Also, the Raptor R was an absolute beast last night through the snow. That supercharged V8 and the signature orange lighting up front for the Raptor treatment. Let the truck warm up a bit. We've got some errands to run out and about today in the snow. Woohoo! Whoa, I just noticed that V8 with the orange showing through the perforations. That's really cool. Also, it's now Ford Racing, not Ford Performance. They keep changing their naming. Like, now Ford Performance is no more. It used to be SVT, now Ford Racing. No matter what the name is, they'll keep building badass things. Ah! Oops. So we just spent a week in Arizona, and then the week before that I was in Los Angeles. We come back home to Michigan, and there's half a foot of snow. It's a nice welcome home reality check of winter. I complain a lot about the snow, but it is pretty for like one day when the tree branches are all covered and it's kind of white and pretty and clean, and then it becomes just salty gray slush, and then it's no longer happy. But you know, the trees look kind of cool. All right, full normal everything. That was in four-wheel drive. Traction was still a little bit of a struggle. We could have done that in rear-wheel drive, but you really hear that supercharger whine when you get on it. Isn't that fun?
I felt like it struggled a little bit.
Yeah, it's wet, and I just kind of gunned it. But woohoo! It is very, very cold out, so let's go ahead and remote start the truck. Yeah, your neighbors would definitely know you have the R, not the EcoBoost Raptor. Ooh, feel like a little welcome movie. That's actually really, really cool. Full screen little trailer for your Raptor. Go ahead, turn on, and it should transition into the Built for Tough. Yes. It's actually been a while since I've been in a Raptor, and I kind of forgot how massive they are. They're just so wide, so tall. I was actually trying to put it in my garage the other night, and it would have fit. Lengthwise, height, everything, except for the antenna. The antenna was gonna scrape, and I was like, I'll just leave it outside. Honestly, most Raptor owners probably end up leaving their trucks outside because they're so massive. You need a pretty enormous garage in order to properly fit one of these things inside. And honestly, most of these are probably used as just daily driver super trucks, right? So they can be outside. It is a pickup. It's a very, very expensive pickup truck, but Here's a fun question to ponder. If Ram never did the TRX, where they put the supercharged Hellcat V8 in the Ram, do you think we would have gotten a Raptor R with a supercharged V8, or would Ford have just kept on with the EcoBoost V6? We'll never know, but it is a fun question to wonder. Holy crap. We're out and about with Angel in the Raptor R. So honey, what do you think about the F-150 Raptor R?
I like it. I feel like this would be what driving in a refrigerator would be like, because it's so big and bulky. Minus being, cold in a refrigerator, but if
it's cold outside.
Yes,
so.
Exactly. If refrigerators could be driven, this is what it would feel like, because it's just so big and massive. But you definitely could not do that in a refrigerator.
I'm in a rear-wheel drive right now, so it's a little bit tail happy.
I don't know why this feels bigger than the Hummer EV. I know the Hummer EV is wider, but this just feels
They're just
bigger.
as wide. This is
Really?
taller. Yeah.
Oh,
they're
really?
both so wide they have to run the triple little running lights.
Oh, this has it too. Like
Yeah.
the 3 windshield wipers, you mean?
No, that was because of the windshield. I mean, they have 3
Oh.
little extra lights.
Oh.
It's a federal requirement when a vehicle reaches a certain width. It's like the big dually trucks, and then the Ram TRX, the RHO, the Hummer, and this thing.
So this is just as wide as the Hummer EV that we were in.
The Hummer might be a little bit wider.
That's
I'm
what
not
I thought.
sure. Well, if Hummer body is wider, this thing has the fenders. I mean, they're all just enormously massive. Like, it takes up the entire lane.
But
It's
this is taller,
ridiculous.
so that's why it probably
Yeah,
feels bigger.
it's pretty dang tall.
Like we're driving a refrigerator. Oh my gosh. People are probably like, what is this guy doing? My car.
Oh yeah, well your car's twin. And we can go this way, we're in a Raptor. Oh, it's actually surprisingly bumpy. That is a massive sized divot / pothole thing. But it's okay. We've reached winter, which means everybody pulls out their massive trucks and SUVs here. Like, I was driving this the other day, and I think I saw 5 Raptors within the span of 5 minutes.
Raptors, not
Yeah.
even just regular F-150.
Yeah, F-150 Raptors. Most of them were EcoBoost. I was only one in the R. Actually, surprising amount were the Gen 3. There's another Raptor over there, the white one. Previous gen. So if I had to buy a daily driver here in Michigan and I had lots of money, this is something I would really consider.
Really?
Oh God, I love having a Raptor, right? It just conquers everything. You don't worry about anything, and they're hysterically fun.
Over
They
the Hummer?
look awesome. Yeah, I think so. I'd still go for it over the
I
Hummer.
thought the Hummer was a little bit more affordable. Like there's a lot of
They have
different
crazy good lease deals.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
they
what you
do.
said, like lease deals and stuff.
But Raptors have always held value shockingly
Oh,
well.
really?
Like they
Like you can
typically,
resell it?
yes, they take a long time to really depreciate hard. Like resale value is really, really good on Raptors, to the point where like Raptor Rs probably are still going for a sticker and or more. Like
Oh, really?
you could flip these like all day long. People were making $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 on these things.
Are they
'cause,
comparable in price, like the Hummer EV and
the top tier Hummer one, this is more expensive.
Oh.
Because this is the top dog supercharged V8. There's a bunch of different Raptor versions now. There's the regular F-150 Raptor, which has an EcoBoost V6, twin turbo V6. This one has a supercharged V8 out of the GT500, the Predator. It's actually related to the GT350R motor that I have.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it has a supercharger on it, so it makes
Oh,
a bajillion horsepower and does this. Supercharger wide.
So you get this?
I mean, I would love a Raptor R. I don't need one, but I would love a Raptor R.
Does it have any like driver assistance program?
It does. It's nothing fancy, but it does. Actually, pretty basic. It's just lane keep and adaptive cruise.
Oh.
Yeah. That is a good point. A Hummer has Super Cruise, which is full hands-free because it's the EV platform. They tend to put more of that into them. But there's also other Raptors. Remember, were you home when we had the Ranger Raptor, the smaller truck? The gray one?
Was.
Yeah, so there's a Ranger Raptor, which is kind of like that blue Colorado ZR2.
Okay.
And then there's a Bronco Raptor. So there's like a bunch of different flavors of Raptor now.
So then why do you like this one more than all
Because it's the
others?
big bad one with the big
With the
supercharged
V8.
V8. Yeah, it's got over 700 horsepower.
Okay.
Like,
That's fair.
I've also been averaging 10.8 mpg.
Because like realistically speaking, if we were to get one of these, and it would be like my daily for work, but it doesn't have any of like the driver
Oh,
assistance
that would be
programs.
you
And
going.
This will probably burn fuel so
Yeah,
so quickly.
10.8 miles per gallon. To fill this thing to full, because it requires premium, is probably $100 in
Oh,
gas.
okay, then
Yeah.
we're not doing that.
Wait. Who is driving their GT350 in this weather right now? Respect. Yeah, that's a GT350.
What's wrong with this weather?
Well, it's salty. That's the thing.
Did you never drive yours in the
No, mine was that was my Garage Queen. I drove my R8 instead.
Isn't that? I feel like some people might think that's worse.
Yes, 100%. Most people are like, what is wrong? Like, that's backwards, right?
Yeah.
The 350 was half the price of the R8. But I don't know, it's a psychological thing. I just wanted to treat the 350 nicer, and the R8 was the winter beater. But yeah, that's cool. I miss my 350. Ford Performance twins, or siblings. So, if I move all this stuff out of the way.
3 cup holders? Wait, is that a cup holder?
No. Can you hold this for a second? So watch this, right? So you come into park.
Okay.
You press this button.
Yeah. Oh.
So that's not a cup holder. That's your transmission selector holder. And then you can
I
do...
don't know how I feel about that.
But watch. The reason for that is you can do...
Oh, so you can open that. Whoa!
You have a table. So like we could sit here and have date night and eat our dinner here, or you can do work with your laptop. This is like innovation.
Wait, is that what they like advertise?
That's what this is designed for. Yeah, yeah, like it's like a workspace. If you want to put your laptop on it right here, you know, people who own trucks like this. Yeah, because then otherwise you're kind of like balancing it where they sell these like weird things. You can put a tray on your steering wheel, or you're kind of awkwardly holding it. So this is designed literally for that. In order to make that happen, though, they had to do this because they didn't want to go to like a rotary shifter or like buttons, because truck owners still wanted like the big solid fuel leg. But this is definitely more complex.
Really cool.
But yeah, so that's... Oh, that's true, yeah. It's a truck. There are lots and lots of cup holders. I love the orange DRLs. Really stands out for all the Raptor models. And then you got the triple running lights because this thing is so wide. It does fit in a parking spot, just barely. This one's got the full decal package too. And of course, our signature Michigan winter paint to sample salt and dirt application. See, they have a front trunk in their Hummer. I still do like those quite a bit. They've got a lot of cool tech. The rear steer air suspension, and of course, lots and lots of horsepower. Using the Raptor R as a pickup truck, we just bought a coffee table off Facebook Marketplace, and we can monitor the status of our coffee table that was hastily strapped down by me with this bed camera. Very handy. The truck is pretty salty and dirty from driving in the snow, but let me take you on a tour. We've got these signature orange amber DRLs here with the updated headlights and the triple running lights. Because it is so wide, that is a federal legal requirement, just like dually trucks or the Ram TRX or the Hummer. These enormously, massively wide trucks and SUVs all have this, but they do a really good job integrating it into the design language with the matching DRLs here, even a little accent light there on those fender flares. I think it looks really, really cool. Of course, the blacked out Ford lettering and an R logo right there. This also has a redesigned hood. You see some of the graphics package, Raptor R with the orange accent R. I believe the redesign of the hood I think it helped improve airflow, which assisted with that extra 20 horsepower. Up front, we've got, of course, steel bumpers, orange tow hooks, and tons of ground clearance. Over a foot of ground clearance, and the 37-inch tires. So on the regular F-150 Raptor, you can option up to the 37 package. Here for the R, it comes standard with those beadlock wheels, which look really cool, but I would not want to clean those. Tons of clearance, of course, more graphics decals, the side step, which also operates as a rock rail, and they have redesigned the graphics package back here. So on the first gen one, you had similar to the other ones where the R gets highlighted the orange accent, but if your whole truck is code orange, it just blended in. So on one side it'd say Rapto, and on the other side it'd say Aptor, which I thought was kind of funny, but they redesigned it here, the big R on the side. With the graphics package, it's definitely easier to tell this is the R if you don't hear the supercharged V8 or see all the little smaller Raptor R badges. We have the dual exhaust tips here, updated taillights. This thing is massive, it is badass. It looks the part, but also has all that capability. Around back, it's easier to see the Fox Live Valve shocks, which have been updated. They can now control both compression and rebound. But I mean, these things just still look so beastly, so badass. There's a whole family of them now, right? With the signature orange lighting up front, the Bronco, the Ranger, the F-150 Raptor here at the very top. It's such a cool thing, but this is without a doubt the current king. Let's do a bit of driving and wrap up final thoughts on what it's been like to live with the F-150 Raptor R. This truck is obviously a beast. I mean, look at the ingredients. Supercharged V8, the capabilities, the looks, the noise. It's really a little bit of everything. The only thing that is not is fuel efficient, obviously. I've been averaging about 10 mpg this week, and that's with a mix of freeway driving and, of course, around town shenanigans. Not been trying to be efficient, but you're gonna want to budget for gas on this thing. It drinks fuel at a, frankly, alarmingly hilarious rate. But as a winter daily driver truck, as an all-around fun, just super truck, it does really everything so well. I remember when I first drove it when it came out, one of the things that I absolutely loved was the fact that you go into rear-wheel drive. I'm in two-wheel drive right now. That's currently struggling for traction, but you can go full rear-wheel drive. The TRX did not let you do that. You still have four-wheel drive, which I absolutely was using this week in all the snow, but then you can also toggle through your different drive modes. Normal, we've got off-road for mixed stuff, it goes into four-wheel drive. There's Baja, which gives you even more slip. I did play around with Baja a little bit earlier today. Listen, it's immediately downshifting. The exhaust gets in the loudest mode, and Baja is supposed to be off-road use only. My goodness, this thing is an unhinged maniac. Like, the fact that a truck this big, this tall, that's rock crawl. We definitely do not need rock crawl right now. I can toggle back to normal. There is sport for spirited on-road. There is tow haul because this can still tow. And then slippery. I actually never used slippery this week. It wasn't too terrible. I was just in normal and four-wheel drive, driving a little bit like a maniac. But the roads are clear right now, so we can try out sport. It just got such an envelope of usability. Like 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds in something this big on 37-inch KO2s that can allow this thing to go run through the desert or go off-roading. It does everything, but still does 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds? You're like, what? Right? It's genuinely ridiculous. Of course, there is a ton of body motion, a result of all that suspension travel, the tires, the clearance, but the Fox live valve shocks are designed to be able to really respond to all sorts of different inputs, right? And now with these newer generation, it can both control the rebound and compression. I believe the first gen ones were just compression. They couldn't tune the rebound. So it's just even more control, which actually means this is pretty comfortable on the road too. Bumps, speed bumps, snow, other vehicles, who cares? Just drive over everything, right? It doesn't really matter at all. And then on the inside, we've got enough creature comforts. The heated seats are strong. So strong to the point where I actually turned them down or off after a couple minutes because I'm like, my butt is on fire in a good way. Not a bad way, but like it's really good. We've got a nice B&O sound system. The interior is actually pretty nice, obviously on the upper end of F-150s, and all these pickup trucks these days are just encroaching upon luxury car territory. I mean, they've got all the fancy bells and whistles, the nice materials. This one's got carbon fibers, suede, lots of cool little accents all over the place. It does feel like a special enough interior. And we have the, kind of hear that, the metal paddle shifters, which are actually rather satisfying and fun to use. Is this expensive? Very expensive. The regular Raptors actually, I mean, they've gotten pretty expensive too, but this is $30,000 more starting price. So this one's essentially $115,000. There's a couple other boxes you can check. It comes pretty well loaded up with the 37s. The regular EcoBoost V6 Raptor, we'll call it 80s, 90s, depending on their packaging. You do the 37s, right? You can option those up, but this is definitely a really hefty increase. And as of right now, what competes with this? The TRX is not available anymore. We have the RHO, which is an inline six Hurricane. They're gonna bring the TRX back. If they haven't already, I don't know when I'm posting this video, there's a chance Ram maybe have already announced it, but I'm willing to put some money on the TRX coming back in some form to take on the Raptor R, which is kind of interesting because I think the Raptor R came about because of the TRX. Ford's like, oh crap, people are buying it because they want the big V8, right? We should give people the option. So the Raptor got a V8 again, and then the TRX went goodbye, and then the Raptor R continued on for a little bit longer. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a TRX again, and it'll probably be in this low $100,000 to $120,000 price point. And honestly, for what you get out of this thing, when you start looking at other super SUV kind of formula stuff, it's a decent value because you're not going to lose money too. That's another thing, right? It may cost a lot to buy, but if you can go find me a Raptor R at MSRP, I'm willing to bet you I can have somebody who's ready to buy one of those. There's a lot of them still going for over sticker, and even the ones that are already out there, they're holding value pretty well. So just like what's a good example? A G-Wagon or a Porsche GT car. Certain cars, they just don't tend to depreciate as much, and it's a nice thing to know. Raptors have also been another one of those things. What else? TRD Pro. Toyotas, they also seem to do that, like a Taco or a 4Runner. I just love the personality. They have done such cool things with this brand, the Raptor sub-brand, building it up. And the Raptor R is the ultimate iteration. Is it expensive? Yes. Is it insanely thirsty, guzzling gasoline? Absolutely. Does it put a big grin on my face when I fire up that V8, take it for a spin? Yes. Was I worried when it started snowing a lot? No, I was excited. I was just like, this thing is going to conquer everything. I passed like a dozen cars safely, right? But there was an unplowed lane and a plowed lane. People were in the plowed lane going, I'm going to do 23 miles an hour. And I'm like, aha, Raptor R, vroom. And it was just a tank. Absolutely unstoppable. It is massive. I would not want to live with this thing in a city center, downtown. No, thank you. Parking garages, not a fun time. Even trying to park at like the mall, I was like, I might have to adjust this just to make it fit because it's almost as wide as a lane. But the Raptor R, what do you guys think? I mean, right now, you want one of these? This is your option, or a used TRX. The RHO competes with the EcoBoost V6 Raptor. We'll see when the TRX itself comes back. And, you know, why isn't Chevy in on this game? Final thought. Chevy never bothered. They had the ZR2, but that never got to this level of furiousness of engine. And they have the LT4. The LT4 is in the Escalade V, 682 horsepower. Like, is that what the power number is? Anyways, almost 700 horsepower. And the Escalade and Silverado platforms are related, right? So come on, Chevy. Give us a ZR2X. I seem to like the X name now with the ZR1X. But like something, right? Give us a TRX and a Raptor competitor, Raptor R. They never got in on the game, but there it is, a week living in the winter with the F-150 Raptor R. Oh, I guess final thought is the updates, the tweaks, right? Styling changes, yeah, it's fine. A couple of updates on the interior. I mentioned the Fox live valve shocks have been updated, but it's not like orders of magnitude massive changes that I'm noticing. It's like a mild mid-cycle refresh. I just did a rolling burnout. 2 thumbs up. That was fun. Hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Thanks for watching.